everyone, welcome back to our channel.
We're the Dawnties.
My name is Rochelle.
Who am I?
Who am the other girl? No, that's you.
I'm their favorite Donna.
In today's video, we're going to share another one of our collections that just kind of happened, and it's our Disney books. We have quite the collection of Disney books that just kind of happened, and this year I am trying to do some more reading, and I've actually read 3 books already, which is, for me, a lot. Because I don't read. I get my little kicks where I read a ton, and then it's just nothing. So I'm excited about the books that I have read, and some of these other books I can't wait to get into. So we have some, let's start with our odd, or our different type of books, not like your chapter books.
Okay.
So the first one that we have here is The Hidden Magic of Walt Disney World, 2nd edition. So we got this after our first trip to Disney. And this actually has a lot of information about the parks, about the shows, a lot of hidden Mickeys, and just a lot of fun information about the parks themselves, which I think is really fun, really interesting to read. And I read quite a bit of this before our second trip to Disney. So it was really fun using this to kind of plan our next vacation.
Alright, and right here we got the big book of Disney's top 10s. And it's fun facts and cool trivia. And this is just really cool to just pick up and look whenever you're bored.
And this is actually a book that we gave away in one of our giveaways, if I'm not mistaken. So I found this actually on super sale at Barnes & Noble. I think it was like $2.99 is what it rang up as. So I grabbed 3, 2 for a giveaway and 1 for us, because it's just a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay, so the next one I have is Frozen 5-Minute Story. So this is just a bunch of stories that are all illustrated as well. If you just want to read a quick story about Arendelle or any of the Frozen world, this is more, I imagine, like bedtime stories for kids. Probably. But this actually, I've seen recently at Target, is on sale. So I'm sure you can still pick this up and add it to your collection.
Alright, and then we have The Art of Monsters University.
This is a beautiful book.
And it just goes through and just tells you about when they were creating Monsters University.
The images, like their inspiration, and just a whole bunch of facts about the movie Monsters University.
And it's got a centerfold, y'all, of monsters. It's a centerfold of monsters.
Yeah, this is just really fun. We actually saw Jessie over the channel, Miss Cherry's channel, show this off, and I actually found it at Five Below for $5.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes.
Definitely.
It's an amazing coffee table book.
Yeah. Especially since we love monsters so much. Yeah. Both of them. Yeah. But University, I love the hat. I have one of those hats.
You do?
Couple.
Okay, so now let's get into some of our chapter books. So I'm going to start, I guess we'll go 1 and 1.
Okay. Alright. Well, we'll start with this one. And this is The Beast Within. And this is one of those books that it talks about,
like, their backstory?
Well, or it's a Serena Valentino book, and she usually goes from either the villain's perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Or she also gives you a little bit of a backstory about the villain. And I have several.
Yeah, I think all of your books are by this author.
Yeah, I have really several of these Valentino books about the villains.
And spoiler alert, I've only read one of them, but I can't wait to get into the rest of hers. Okay, so let me actually start with the first book I read this year, and it is A Frozen Heart, and of course it's a Frozen book. Now this was a very fast read because it basically tells the story of the first movie, but the interesting twist is that every other chapter is about Prince Hans. And so it starts when he's a kid, and I think 3 years before the coronation, and a little bit before that. In every other chapter, you are in his thoughts and what he's going through, where the movie follows Anna and Elsa and that whole gang. And we don't know what Prince Hans is up to at the castle by himself, and all of that stuff. So this was really fun to read because I wanted to know what was going on in his head, what his thoughts were, what his true intentions were, all that stuff. it made this book really interesting instead of just reading a word for word of the movie. So, I love that one.
Alright, and this is the one about the evil queen. And this is called Fairest of Them All.
She looks really evil.
Yeah.
They all do. Like, the cover art on these books are really just, ooh.
Yeah, I love these books. These are awesome. There's only one of them that I haven't gotten into yet, but I will soon. I will soon.
Okay, so then the second one that I actually read is another Frozen one, and it is Forest of Shadows. Now, this was gifted to me by the Leffersons during a box swap during the Christmas holiday. Now, this I thought was going to be a word-for-word story, very similar to A Frozen Heart, and it was going to be Frozen 2, but it's not. This is actually a story that happens in between Frozen and Frozen 2, and there's a lot of references to other Disney princesses and other Disney stories in this book. This is a 100% unique and new adventure that they go on before Frozen 2 takes place. So this was really fun. This was a page turner because every chapter ended on a cliffhanger, and I didn't want to stop reading. So I read this in less than a week. It was awesome.
Are y'all starting to see a theme here? I'm all villains and she's all Frozen.
So far.
Alright, and then here is Ursula. And this is called Poor Unfortunate Soul. I really enjoyed reading this one. It was pretty short, but it talks about Ursula's side of the story and why she is so jealous of King Triton and all that stuff. Loved it. Loved it.
Alright. And the next one is actually one I haven't started reading, but it is next in line, and it is Conceal, Don't Feel. This is a twisted tale. So this was also gifted to me by, no, was it? I think this one was gifted to me by the Leffersons. They got me 2 Frozen books. I think this was the second one. But this is one where it gives you a prompt, and the prompt of this one is, what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? So this is kind of taking the story that we know, but putting a twist on the classic story of Frozen in that question that they never knew each other. And from what I've read on the side panel, it's basically like, after Elsa has powers and hurts Anna, they basically ship Anna away, and she only has these memories, and she's not sure if they're dreams or real or not, something along those lines, but I haven't gotten into it yet, and this is the next book on my list.
Alright, now we're coming up to my book that she has read. She actually just finished it a couple of days ago.
Yes, and it was amazing.
And this is Cruella, and it's called The Evil One. The Evil Thing. The Evil Thing. I picked this up and I read it in one day.
Because I was watching football. I was rewatching last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'd already seen it. I knew how it ended. So I read this in one day.
And I will say that I picked this one first, obviously because she is my favorite villain. And this goes into, the majority of the book is a backstory, and then towards the end, it shows her perspective of the movie 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
that's a good one.
It's a good one, and it's one that she really had no chance with the mother that she had. I mean, she really didn't. This one really made me think, and that's what those books do, is they make you think about what the villain went through to get to that point, or what they were feeling and experiencing, because there are 2 sides to every story.
There is, y'all.
So
that's why I love the villains.
Yeah, those are really good books, and that one in particular was so good. So the next one I have is Dangerous Secrets. This is the story of Iduna and Agnar, so the king and queen of Arendelle. I'm sure it's like their love story, how they met. Of course, we know from Frozen 2 they met as kids. She rescued him. So I don't know what else is going to be included in here that we don't see in the movie. But this was written after Frozen 2 came out. So obviously that's going to be part of the story, the little bit that we do know from the movie. So I haven't read this one yet, but I am excited to see how their love blossomed and all that stuff.
And here we have Maleficent. And it is called Mistress of All Evil.
Of course.
And I really enjoyed this one a lot. The way that it talked about the 3 fairies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have to read that one.
I really liked it. This one I liked. And actually how Maleficent has a relationship with those three fairies that we didn't really see in Sleeping Beauty.
So what I'm interested to know is because there has been obviously now 2 movies made of Maleficent, so we know her backstory from the movie version. Is her backstory the same in the book?
Some of it is similar.
Okay, so I actually might read, that might be my next villain book that I read from her collection.
Yeah, some of it is similar, but not like the live action Maleficent completely.
Okay, so then my last book is this.
Whoa, it's not Frozen!
It's not Frozen! Oh my gosh, all of them are Frozen, yeah. So this one is a Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. So this story takes place 25 years, I believe, after Hocus Pocus with Max and Allison and Danny. And I don't really know too much about it, other than there's a story with the sisters 25 years later. So I'm excited about this. It is a very thick book, so I'm excited actually to read this, but it might be one I read later on in the year, maybe as we're leading up to the holiday season.
The best time of the year, Halloween!
But I do love Hocus Pocus, you guys know that, so I'm excited to get into that one.
Last one, y'all. There's a lot of Disney books. I didn't realize we had
exactly.
This Alright, and this is the one that I haven't read yet. Again, it's a Valentino book. And this one is called Mother Knows Best.
And of course, it's Mother Gothel. So I'm really interested in this one too because the more I think about Rapunzel in that story, the more I really, really enjoy it.
Uh-huh.
We don't really collect anything Rapunzel. I may have a pin or two from mystery collections, but I'm really digging that whole story. And I know I'm kind of late to it, but we just saw it since Disney Plus launched.
Yeah.
So it's pretty new to us. But I do love that movie, and I'm interested to see what that book
Yeah, I want to
entails.
see what's behind Mother Gothel. Why Mother Gothel so mean?
Alright, so that was a look at all of our Disney-related books that we have. This just sort of happened. And I think this year is just going to be sharing a lot of our collections that maybe we didn't know we had that just kind of happened.
Oh no! I see it, I like it, I want it, I buy it.
So leave a comment down below. Let us know if you have any of these same books or if you've read any of these books by these authors. Let me know. I'm interested to see how I like this book because just like Serena Valentino, she has a bunch of villain-themed books and stories. This author, Jen Kalanita, I think that's how you say it, she has a lot of these Twisted Tales books where she'll take a classic Disney story and put a spin on it. And there's Aladdin, there's Little Mermaid, there's Frozen, there's a whole bunch of stories like that. So if this is really, really good, we might have to start collecting some more of these books.
I might like them Twisted Tales.
Yeah, some of them are pretty interesting.
Is it gonna be twisted like Mother Gothel?
That's not twisted. That's, she's twisted. Well, true, but we might come to understand her. She's twisted.
Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.